So if you actually read part of the like on what his statement basically, he says, therefore, I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including sections 1 to sections, I'm going to skip that, and section 301 of Title 3 United States Code, hereby find that absent the measures set forth in this proclamation, the immigrant and non-immigrant entry into the United States of persons described in sections 2 and 3 of this proclamation will be detrimental to the interest of the United States, and that their entry should be subject to certain restrictions, limitations, and exceptions. I therefore hereby proclaim the following. Then he just goes on and on. So here are the names of the countries. Let's just start off right here. Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea. Like, what did Eritrea ever do to you? There's so many countries on here. I'm like, what did it do to you? Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, Burundi. What did Burundi do to you? Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, Venezuela. And I think that's pretty much it. There's obviously a lot of there's more details, as to how that's going to work out. But when I saw this, I just feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable because Trump, especially, I knew this, like, in his first term, like when he first was, in office in 2015 to 2020, it was like, okay, it was already weird, but okay, you roll with the punches. And I think people who voted for him were curious, and then whether they liked it or didn't, they kind of, you just go with it, and then you kind of secretly tell yourself, well, next term is going to come up and we're not voting for him. And we saw that there was a change in administration, obviously. Then he comes back, and I knew his comeback would be worse, because he comes, first of all, with a vengeance. He felt as if he had unfairly lost to Joe Biden, so you come back with a sense of, I need to find my vengeance. But then also, everything he didn't get to do in the beginning, and that he had promised from the beginning, he does. The irony with Trump is that he is not like many politicians. With Trump, whatever he actually says, he either attempts to do it or he actually does it. And that's where it's scary. Most politicians cannot uphold all their promises, right? And even him too, he can't. But if I'm looking at the reaction so far with these bans, basically, a lot of, especially conservatives, people who voted for Trump, everybody's saying, this is exactly what I voted for. I am so happy. And people want even more radical steps from this. They're like, this is exactly what I voted for. Never let them in. I'm reading comments after comments of people being like, yes. And I'm like, I can't describe it, but something is wrong, deeply wrong with this administration. And I sound like a lunatic, I know. And it's a little strange to say this as someone who is Christian and who is supposed to align with this. I mean, this is the most anti-Christian guy I've ever seen. And it's really sad to see the amount of just the way he's managed to manipulate the church. And a lot of us are led astray because we just want to, and a lot of us are led astray because of idols of comfort, the idol of fear. There's so many reasons as to why a lot of folks are led astray by Trump, but I just really pray in this moment that whatever the enemy stole or attempted to steal from the church, that at least God would give us a bit of retribution. He would save some. I pray there would be a remnant that would rise, because right now the popular Christian voices are not addressing this. And it's scary because you are living in a time that you talk about the end times all the time, and you don't realize the person you vote and put in power is actually a major role. He plays a major role in accomplishing these prophecies, but he doesn't play it on the good side. And this is what we don't understand. People talk a lot about, oh, God, I want him to use me. I want him to use me. Baby, God finna use you, all right? We don't realize that God always uses people. He uses a rock and a donkey. Now, you want to make sure that you're loved by God and that he knows you. That's the distinction. Everybody says, well, we need to let Trump in power because God is using him. Honey, God used Judas and he also used John. Which one do you want to be? Right now, it's given that Trump is a Judas. This man is not a follower of the Lord. He is reigning in demonic agenda, and I strongly believe he's not gonna fulfill his four-year term. JD Vance will come and will take over, and with JD Vance, it's gonna be even weirder. Everything is just wrong. I can't explain it to you guys, but y'all need to wake the heck up. Réveillez-vous. Wake up. It is not the time anymore to be, it's not even just about being lukewarm. It's just stop being ignorant on what is happening in the world. I'm not saying to be plugged in 100%. It's okay to have boundaries with the news, but you should at least read the news or listen to it. I don't care how you do it, at least once a day. Be updated with something. Because this is also prophetic for us as Christians. Jesus says, stay alert, for you do not know when, he'll come. And I feel like we're at a tipping point. And man, it's just extremely, extremely scary to see. But we know that we serve a good and faithful God who loves to save people. One thing about God is that he gonna save you. All right, he gonna save you. He loves to give a chance to those who actually are genuinely pursuing him. So please read up on this. This is directly from the White House. I'm telling you, this is what I want to say too. You cannot sit here and tell me this has nothing to do with race or perception of race. I hate to be that person that always brings up race, but you gotta call a spade word. Like, come on. He never talks bad about European countries. I've not seen Italy, Russia on this list. Spain is on this list. Greece. I have not seen any of those countries. They're majority brown, and they're majority like third world countries. So we pay attention to the kind of America he's trying to rebuild. When Trump says "Make America Great Again," think about what he's talking about. He's most likely referring to the 50s and before the civil rights era. And we know what that means. If you are a black person or part of a minority community in America, I would strongly recommend you leave right now. I'm telling you, if you can't afford it, I know not everybody can, and if you can't, I believe God is faithful and he will protect you and things, will go well. But if you have the means to be able to up and leave, you better consider that. Consider it right now, because I'm telling you, it's getting darker and darker. And I feel like as Christians, we're focused on the wrong things. We're focused on the wrong things. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I have like this pit in my stomach, and it's just not okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to kind of start off by saying. I feel very strongly that it's not going well with the administration, and I feel very strongly that start paying attention. I'm going to try to start speaking up a little bit more about details. I know I was very general today, but that's kind of how I'm starting to feel. I do want to address the Charlie Kirk situation. I know it's been 2-3 months now, but that doesn't make it too late. I have to gather time. I know I can be very impulsive, so I do not want to be someone who's just like, I'm gonna go out, so yeah. Okay, bye guys.